Hey everyone, thank you for being here. So I'm running a little late. It has been quite the week. How are you all doing? How's your Friday going? It has been it's been quite the week. It's hot per usual as I drink my hot coffee. mm, so good to be here with all of you all. I like to not let too much time go between catching up with my friends here. And I thank you all so much for being here, for your support. Um, yeah, as you all know, I live in the Caribbean. Not all of you know that. I moved from California, United States, to the Caribbean January 2021, right? And every now and then, like things happen where I just wish I could just teleport and be there. Like back in the United States, my dear aunt um, passed away, and it was all like sudden information for me. She had stage 4 colon cancer, and the same day I'm getting the news that she had that, I get the news that she passed. Very, like same day, and it was like, so it's been challenging. It's those moments where I'm like, I'm not gonna be there, you know, in the States. And there's, the great that comes with moving abroad, the adventure, the carving out a new life for yourself, stretching yourself and expanding yourself, and bucking against convention. And we'll talk more about that in a moment because we're going to be talking about the Hierophant in today's Feel Good Friday. But there are times where you're like, I can't afford to just go back and forth all the time. And things happen, life is going, people are getting older, people get sick, people die, young people, my friend's um, child who was in her late 20s, same age as my oldest son. They grew up together, our kids, she passed. So it's just, it can be challenging. That's the shadow side of living abroad. So yeah, it was it's it's crazy. It's like, oh, you know how grief kind of sneaks up on you. I'll be making coffee and I might say a word or two to my husband, and then all of a sudden just tears come because just thinking that she's not going to be here on this earth is it's crazy. So I just want to thank you all. Thank you, sweet peeps. Welcome to my dear subscribers, my new subscribers, my old subscribers, the ones who've been with me for a very long time. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So let's just get into it, shall we? Shall we? How's everybody doing? That's what I want to first check in. Aditi, you're here. Thank you for being here, which actually gets me right into the swing of things. So, tomorrow I am going to be on Scott's channel. I will be visiting Scott at Scott's Scorpio Sun Tarot. It will be at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So, yay, join us over there. I'll try to remember to put it on my community tab so you all will know to head over there. So excited. Next Thursday, I'm going to be on Donna's channel, Artists and Oracles. We do our monthly Artistry of Cartomancy series, and we get together, we do video tags, we talk cards, we talk the beautiful artistry that is reading cards. And whether we do it professionally or do it for ourselves, we love sharing and commiserating on that topic. So join me there. There will be announcements on the YouTube community tab for Artistry of Cartomancy over on Donna's channel. And then next month, it'll be on my channel again. Let me see what else. I'm hosting my usual last Saturday of the month reading labs. This topic is going to be the combo code. unlocking the stories between the cards and symbolism. We're going to keep delving a bit further into symbolism, cards, whether you're using Oracle or using Tarot, particularly Tarot, but Oracle, certainly there's symbolism there. So we're going to be delving into that. You can join my Ko-fi membership, or you can just use the standalone. I got to put the standalone offer in my Ko-fi shop. Or you can join my channel membership at the Abundant Lifers tier, and the replay will be posted for my peeps over here on the channel membership. And join the membership. I will be having a members only live on next Saturday, August 22nd. I have time to be determined, but I'll schedule it very soon so you can set your notifications. We usually get together, we catch up in the members only. It's a nice intimate setting. If you want me to pull a card or two, I'm certainly happy to do so. Yeah, and just if you want a private reading, I'm on Etsy, Abundant Life Shop, or you can go to my website and book a reading there or learn more about me as a pro reader. Woo, got through those announcements. I'm so excited you're here. Thank you. I'm excited to be here. I'm hoping to squeeze in another Feel Good Friday next week. And then after that, I'm slammed the end of the month, like the 28th or something like that. I won't be able to be on Feel Good Friday, the last Friday, but next week I may be able to squeeze in another one. So stay tuned. Hello, friend. Thank you for being here. Hey, Adam. So good to catch up with you. Yes. Ooh, unbearable. I know that when you start creeping into 38 Celsius, you know I'm a Fahrenheit girl. But I know, because they're Celsius out here, that you're entering that super hot territory. And it can be just intense. Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's like my entire memory is of her. For as long as I can remember, as being a wee little girl. And, we affectionately called her Lady Jerry, because my uncle, his name is Jerry, but it's Jerry. And her name was Jerry, Jeri. So we would call them the Jerrys. And to differentiate, we'd be like Lady Jerry and Man Jerry. And so I'm going to miss her. She's one of those people that you could talk to for hours. And if you were a kid, she didn't make you feel like a little kid. Like she'd hold conversations with you like you're like a little adult. Not like she's talking about inappropriate stuff, but you felt like you were seen and heard. And I'm going to miss her. It's so hot. I left my tarot tin on the table today for a few seconds in the sun, and it was sizzling hot when I tried to pick it up. Ooh, don't burn yourself. Oof, don't burn yourself. I hate getting into vehicles and, it's like steaming on the inside, and you sit down and if you're wearing shorts and your little legs get burnt, you're like, ah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Adam. I get, and I'm sorry. Even I know it's been, it may have been some time, and that, you and your mom disconnected and didn't speak. It's still hard, right? Yeah. And it's actually a story, like time and time again, that I hear from expats who have lived a long time away from their country of origin, that they don't always make it back to funerals. And I just didn't know. When we moved out here, I was right before I turned 41. I was 40. And I didn't really think about it. I didn't think I knew certain people I had to go back for. But then you have all these other relatives and close friends that I didn't factor in. I guess you just assume, they're going to be around forever. And that's just not the case. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. I've heard about this, like in Morocco, like people like drinking like those hot, yummy teas and coffees, and even though it's hot, it somehow cools you down. So I'm drinking my big jug of my big jug of coffee. I was supposed to put ice in it. I didn't have time to make an iced coffee like I wanted to. Hi, I'm so happy you made it too. Thank you. We are here together. Oh, friends, let's go. I can't wait to get into it. Anna Luisa, Donna is here. Thank you for being here. Ah, yes. Welcome, friend. I'm happy you're here. Oh, yeah. My aunt passed away this week, and I was just like, oh, kind of lamenting on I'm not going to be able to make it to the funeral, which is, it is what it is. It sounds like the funeral is going to be intimate and for immediate family. So maybe my dad will be going, and then that's the extent of family going. So it's not like, oh, I got to go anyway. But to be there to support the family is probably what I'm feeling, the in my heart, the Three of Swords, like, like, thank you, Donna. Yeah, people don't really understand or grasp what it means to be an expat, like what all comes with it. There's so much that comes with it. There's so much excitement and fun and adventure. There's also like heartbreak and sadness and loneliness if depending on if you make that move on your own, or you're not quick to make friends right away, or maybe there's a big language barrier. There's all these different challenges. I still would do it all over again, but knowing what I know now, I now know how to best advise people when they're asking, should I move out of the country? What did you do? What did you experience? Now I have some information for people. Oh, my best friend growing up had a mom like that. She and I had a special connection. I still remember talking to her. Beth, thank you for being here. I'm happy you're here. I still remember talking to her at the kitchen table like a little adult, right? And I was like, you remember those connections of people who have a special way of doing that, of like getting to no matter who they're talking to, they're able to match that energy, and it just feels so good. And that was Lady Jerry for sure. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna miss her. Thank you. She did already. She visited even my mom, which my mom tries to like hide her like intuitive abilities and try to like poo poo them, but we've had visits. Yeah, funerals are hard. I'm all trying to be like, feel good Friday, and let me open up with loss. Let me open up with death. Yeah, funerals are rough. They are rough. So, speaking of traditions and such, let's get into the Hierophant before we do a few readings. We got a little bit of time for some readings today. So, I've been doing this series with Feel Good Fridays where I want to share about our favorite meanings for the cards. We're starting with the majors and then going to move into the minors of the full 78. So we've made it to the Hierophant, and that's why I'm hoping to squeeze in another Feel Good Friday next week so we can get the lovers, because I can't wait to get to the lovers cards. And so we've been talking about our favorite meanings of the cards that I pull up, as well as our favorite card depictions. I have a few that I was able to grab last night to prepare for today. So we could look at the symbolism. We can understand, number 5. What does number 5 tell us about this card? And I'm talking about numerological meanings. We've got the keys, the symbol of the keys here. This Pope figure. 2 people sitting here, bald heads. two pillars. What does the symbolism tell you? Right? It's like literally like, I suckered you in. Gotcha. I suckered you in. But the thing about Feel Good Friday is we don't shy away from if our friends here are struggling or if they're having a challenge. We rally around each other and we lift each other up. We raise the vibration up. We don't shy away and just do toxic positivity and pretend like like nothing is going on in our personal and collective worlds. I'm not about that life. So I don't want to shy away from it. We can still feel good. Like I'm one of those people that in from those families that yeah, even after the funeral and we're all at, eating our meal, at the repast or we're eating and we are crying, we're also laughing and we're remembering and it's just a big mix of emotions. It's not just all doom and gloom. So, yeah. Let's get into this. Yeah. Yeah, I will. I'll set that as one of our questions. It's a good question. Like they're in a little purgatory. The Hierophant is your least favorite card. I see it is very dualistic, doctrine and system. Doctrine is a good keyword. Oh, very good keyword. And systems. Control spirituality, religion, and the matrix. You are bringing it with the keywords here. Actually, really, really good keywords. I have dark humor too. Hayworth Tarot's Hierophant is my favorite one. It's like a priest, but his face is like all brain. It's bizarre but brilliant. I love a different take on the Hierophant. When I pulled some of the cards today or last night for today, most of them stuck to the traditional way of depicting the Hierophant, which is fine. I didn't want to go looking through my entire collection for all the different Hierophants. I pulled 5. You'll see them in a moment. But they were all similar. Scott, hi, friend. Welcome. I was just mentioning at the start of the live that I will be visiting your channel tomorrow. We will be hanging out, and I can't wait. 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Scott channel. Scott Scorpio Sun Tarot. All the 5s in the tarot are challenging cards in one way or another. And with you thinking along those lines, you can think like some of us really resist the energy of the Hierophant. I know I struggle sometimes with the Hierophant when it would come up in a reading because I had a not so great, I won't say relationship with Christianity, because there was a time where you are indoctrinated and you are feeling the good feels that Christianity or being a part of a religion and a community can bring. But then there was internal conflict for me. And then it became external conflict when I started asking questions and asking the wrong questions and constantly being chastised for asking the wrong questions about why are we doing this? Why is this like this? Why do we have to believe this? I don't want to believe this. Am I going to hell if I believe this? And it became this constant conflict and internal struggle. So you know how I was mentioning for like some of the cards that we really struggle with would be like the Empress, the Emperor. This was the one I really struggle with. I actually embraced the Devil card more than I was embracing the Hierophant because of all the dogma that I associated with this image. I find it interesting how different artists depict Hierophant in decks. Me too. I wanted to get the Hayworth Tarot, but I think I'm totally missed out. I have to get it when I see a third-party seller. Hierophant can be the conduit between what's not human, what's divine in us. To me, though, it always comes as forgiveness, even self-forgiveness. It's a beautiful depiction. And it is a way to really soften the hard lines that we associate with the Hierophant. That's right. It can be a protective, a sense of protection where you can go for protection. You know, believe it or not, institutions, they may get a bad rap. Bureaucracy may get a bad rap, but there's some protection with that. I mean, you could say, oh, law enforcement is part of bureaucracy, and the military, and the government, and the governmental aid that we could get. The church can offer protection. You yourself, being a sovereign being, can offer your own self protection. So if you look at it in that way, yes, this card is a welcome sign. I can't wait either. We're gonna have fun. We always have fun. I feel as though deck creators changed the Hierophant more than any other card. Clearly depicting tradition, institutions, and or laws is difficult. Yeah, probably it's challenging for the deck creator. I'd love to ask a few deck creators who went outside the box why you felt the need to go outside the box with your depictions, or why you decided to color within the lines and do the same traditional. Was it easy for you? Was it difficult? It's an interesting question to ask for those who interview deck creators, like tarot deck creators. The Hierophant can be very triggering for people as it forces us to face spirituality and religion. Do they go together or not? It asks the big questions. Where do we come from? Is this all fake? Ooh, absolutely. That's right, Adam Blue Fire. Yes, Bacchus energy is much easier to embrace than some crusty old white guy with a bunch of rules. It's like, your rules again? A big Bible of rules? Ugh. I remember being a kid and I'm like, okay, fine, I'll read the Bible. This is cool and all, but what if I don't want to do all this? It's like, and then I got in trouble. I really don't like it when people rename the Hierophant the Rise one. Yeah, for me, that's very one-dimensional. I don't see it as wise. I see it as more as knowledge. Yeah, and even the opposite, indoctrination. The pair of figures in the Five of Pence passing by the window of the church. Maybe the Hierophant card is what? Oh, spam callers, go away. Maybe the Hierophant card is what they would see if they looked through the window. Oh, yeah, the Five of Pence. They are outside the church. They're outside the church. So there's that sense of instability and insecurity of being outside. We just talked about that a little bit ago, right? Outside the lines of the safety net. That's interesting. They sitting outside. One of my favorite decks, the Super Lunaris, the two characters plopping, and it's similar to the traditional Five of Pence, right? They're outside the church in the snow. One is limping along. The Way Home Tarot depicts the Hierophant as a fungus. So much to get from that. Oh, I almost grabbed that one, and I forgot what the Hierophant looked like, but then I got distracted. I'm now going to check that out. The fungus. What do you all take from that? Outside the system, that's safer if you go along with it. Yeah. Yeah, they want you to think it's safer if you just go along with the get along. The figures in the Five of Pence did the right thing. They ran like the wind away from the Hierophant, right? Yes, they did. So for me, some of the depictions, the upright position keywords, I should say, is ascension, religion, discipline, to be disciplined, self-discipline, right? The institution of marriage, for example. Not necessarily marrying for the love of marriage, marrying to enter into this spiritual agreement, or being ordained by the state. I think of like romantic marriage would be something along the lines of the Lover's card, or justice would be more of the legalities that comes with binding into a marital contract. But this is more of that spiritual, like, ascension. We're taking our relationship to the next level before the eyes of God. Long-term commitment, if you're doing like a love reading. Knowledge sharing, we talked about that with the little keys, and he's almost in a teacher position, if you will, or at the pulpit. Education, conventionality, conformity, traditional values or traditions, traditional institutions. I mentioned bureaucracy, mentorship, it's not all bad, orthodox, being set in your ways, societal institutions, religious leaders, value systems, conventional medicine, conservative, spiritual advisor, and routine. Now, reverse meanings. What are some of your reverse meanings? For me, we have unorthodox, challenging or rebuking tradition. That was me, and getting in trouble for it. Unconventional lifestyles, rogue religion, role reversals. Oh, I want you to be the traditional, the trad wife. I want you to not work outside the home. And I want you to take care of the babies and have lots of babies and take care of the house. And then the woman's like, no, actually, I want you to do that, sir. I want to go and be CEO, and you stay home with the kids. Nonconformity, unconventional relationships, lack of discipline, outside of the box thinking, which is kind of like a positive reversed Hierophant meaning, lack of bureaucratic systems. Don't underestimate the power of systems. Sometimes people don't like systems and rules and things, but when you have worked in an environment where there was no structure, no stability, no rules, or people weren't following the rules, it can cause a lot of chaos. So I've worked in those environments. I did not thrive in those environments. So there's that. Stickler for the rules, or a rule buster, probably depending on the cards associated with, what lays out on the table. Alternative or holistic therapies, or a need to shake things up. So when I said conventional medicine for upright, and then in reverse, we have, alternative or holistic remedies. And letting go of outdated beliefs. And I love this one. A respected leader or a respected religious leader falls from grace. Okay. Yeah, let me see what you all are saying. I always use 5 of Pence as a conspiracy theorist card, the anti-system people. I love it. That's a good one. It's a good one. I'm going to keep track of that in my brain. So when I do a reading and it's going into the conspiratorials, I can say, 5 of Pence. In the season of the witch, Autumn Tarot, the Hierophant is the high priest, but depicted as a high priestess with 4 female aides. Oh, I like that change. I like that shift. I think the Moon Void Tarot, it's books with a crown on top. I like that one. I think of knowledge. Exactly. Knowledge holder. Yes, yes, yes. He's got crosses on the front on his little shoes. I'm just not noticing that. Oh, it's a crystal ball. I like that though. What's so interesting to me about certain denominations of Christianity is that they have in their church, I forgot, is it Pentecostal? It might be Pentecostal. that domination, where they denomination. They believe in prophetess or like prophets, people who get like receive these insights. To me, psychic insights, and then that's completely okay because they were chosen by God to prophesize and be a prophet or prophetess. And I'm thinking, well, what's so different between them being chosen and us who divine? I always thought that was interesting. I'm watching 90 Day Fiance, and there's a lady on 90 Day Fiance, the American reality show about people who go try to move to United States from another country for the sake of love or a green card or whatever. And she is from Alabama, and she believes that she's a chosen one, and she works with a prophetess, and they said that this marriage is blessed. And I'm thinking to myself, how's that different? That seems to go against y'all's belief that we're like witches and things. Contractual binding can be the Hierophant for sure. He has two people beneath him who are tied to him, albeit not by force, but by worship, be it legitimate or not. I'll leave that up for a moment. That is so interesting. People love to be tied to organized religion, don't they? And we who stepped outside of organized religion, it's like, don't want that. But then I think we scare those who are attached. Nothing wrong with organized religion. I don't judge in that way. It's just not for me, but it's interesting. I'm totally the Hierophant in reverse too. You're in great company. Reverse. I get it a lot for taboo relationships. Yes. I get it like when I do client readings, like especially like when I work on the hotlines, and they're like, oh, does he want marriage? Or, like, are we, what can you say about this relationship? I'm like, the guy that or gal that you are thinking about wanting to be with, I don't know. They might be into polyamory, or they might want something unconventional about their relationship, an open relationship, or they're not so quick to walk down the aisle. They may not even believe in the institution of marriage. I'll start there and then see what the client says. And then they're like, yeah, that you hit the nail on the head. That person has actually mentioned to me on a couple of occasions that they're not really feeling the whole let's get married thing. And then we dive a bit further into what that can mean. But yeah. Right? I'll be the CEO and you be dad. You get to stay at home. Why not? Like, a reverse Hierophant, anti-system, conspiracies, cults, dark magic practices. That's a good one. All of these are good, by the way. All of y'all's meanings associated are really good. Non-traditional lifestyles, rebellion, unconformity, breaking free from the matrix. Yes. Ooh, I like that. Anarchy for sure. Or a respected religious leader changes things up to be more inclusive. That would be a cool reversal. That would be. I went to spiritual centers and churches that had religious leaders who were totally like that. I grew up in the San Francisco Bay Area, and I was blessed to see that and feel that. And that was like a welcome. It just was so nice to be a part of that. And no one trying to convert me either. I really appreciated that. The classic RWS Hierophant is especially crusty. Why are his worshipers bald? Did they lose their hair worshiping him? Yeah, they gave their whole lives. Okay, they gave their whole lives to the church. They are crusty. So crusty. Control. Absolutely. Control. I think it's so funny when people do the exact same thing, but because one is religious and one another spirituality is somehow different, right? It's like, oh, spirituality is a sin. Like, is it though? Okay. Okay. Drop your question, please. Por favor. And if you have to go to bed, you can watch the replay if you don't mind. I'm saving your question, friend. Let's see what your question is. I would be grateful for this. Oh, I love your questions, by the way, because they're just so high vibrational to me. Okay, you got it. You know I'm on it. I learned from the great Scott taught me how to mark it. A reverse Hierophant for sure isn't into commitment for sure. When this bad boy come up in a love reading, I'm like, oh no. I don't know, yo. One of y'all is not married, like marriage material. Is it you, dear Querent, or is it you over here, dear partner? What is the most interesting meaning or message you guys have gotten in a reading with the Hierophant? Very good question. Good night, babes. Chat with you later. Hope to catch up with you tomorrow on Scott's channel or Feel Good Friday, the next Feel Good Friday, which I'm hoping is next week. Sleep tight. I would say for me, it's in the relationship readings, or like for me when I do life purpose readings, and I get a few folks who are similar paths to mine, where they may have grown up in a Christian household or a Christian belief system or a very religious town. Even maybe their immediate family wasn't so much religious, but everybody around them was. And so this is like giving them permission to think outside the box for your spirituality. Just because you are, bucking against the traditions doesn't mean that you can't adopt and incorporate spirituality on your own terms within you. But like in relationship readings, like I mentioned, like sometimes this comes up when in a marital like relationship reading where my client is really toiling with marital issues. And she's like, is he on the same page? And so we'll pull a card. And it's like, he's not really prioritizing the marriage. And this is something you both need to work on together or see if you can, couples counseling or individual counseling for yourself. So you can be prepared to have that conversation because he's not prioritizing it like at all. Or maybe he thinks he is, but it's not showing up. So it's just interesting. Different contexts. Work. It could be like, oh, I just got offered this job. And, I wonder what it's going to be like to work there. You tell me, what do you think it'd be like to work in an environment with the reverse Hierophant? Hello. I hope you are doing well. Thank you for being here. How are you doing? I'm so happy you're back. I love when my regular peeps come in and keep me company on this Good Friday. It's so good that you were able to make it. Bev says, I think the most interesting message I've gotten is that there is some lingering guilt or shame that hinders them based on past Hierophant situations. Right. And that could be in religion or their upbringing, or they being the oddball out in their community or at work, or when they were in the military and they could never fall in line. So I could see how all of that could play out with this card. I use the Hierophant to represent the dark elites who run the world and are the architects of this matrix. I also use the devil, queen in Queen of Cups. These four are the negative bloodlines and conspiracy readings. Sounds like you do a lot of conspiracy readings. Queen and King of Cups, I wanted to say. Gotcha. That makes sense. I'd say it's a company that values self-directedness and thinking outside the box, for sure. And that, remember back with the internet boom or the dot-com boom, I bet you that was like a lot of reversed Hierophant energy. Back what was the late 90s, early 2000s? I think that was when it was the boom. Yes. So maybe, we want you to be an outside of the box thinker, throw the traditions out the window. And yeah, whenever the Hierophant comes out in a reading, I hear myself groan in my head. Well, hopefully today, after us all commensurating, Adam, you also will pick up on some juicy meanings that will soften the blow when the Hierophant shows up. Yeah, it's so cool to share experiences of what comes up in the cards, right? Because it can help you if you are a card reader. It shakes something inside of you. Even if you've been doing readings for a long, long time, it's just interesting to hear what people's takes are on these cards, because the 78 is considered a system, kind of bureaucratic, if you will. How do you move about in that? Reverse Hierophant can also mean divorce. Yeah. Breaking the vows, if you will. I love this mug. I got it out here. So there was this store that opened up. It was like a grand opening and grand closing. And I'm so disappointed. But in the few weeks it was open, the store that I was able to walk to, I'm so upset. I'm mourning that store. I found this little mug, and I don't think there was it was just sitting here. It was just sitting like amongst all the boring mugs, white mugs and stuff. And it was just this one. And I was like, that's my mug. So I bought it. And then I was going to go back to see if they had a set. Like I wanted people who come over to partake in their beverages, hot or cold beverages, in mugs like this. And the store closed. Very upset about that. So it was meant to be for me to get this beautiful mug. It's so cool. It's got the little bottom, little terracotta thing, mushrooms. It's big. The Dominicans laugh at my coffee mugs because they're like, Americans drink from grande cups. Like our cups are huge compared to their little espresso shots that they do. We like a lot of coffee. They laugh at it. They're like, that's a lot of coffee. I feel like when job postings put family-like culture, they really aren't. Like they're toxic. Yeah, they're like, yeah, we're family-like culture. I would want it to be like you support work-life balance instead of, oh, we're like a family here. That means y'all fighting, y'all gossiping, y'all doing the most. And I don't want to be a part of that because I'm a loner at work. I had a small circle of friends at work, and I liked it that way. Yeah, I like big companies where it's like we get lost in the sea. I've worked for small companies before, and I did not like that environment. I guess the cool side of it is it's like it's a little bit flexible. Like if y'all took a long lunch together, nobody's really sweating it unless you are the unpopular kid or the unpopular family member, but not for me. Do you have the deck, the Lighted Window Tarot? Ooh, I don't have that deck. I'm gonna check it out. The light, I'm gonna need to check that out if it looks like my mug. I don't have it. Right now I'm drinking out of a mug with mushrooms and a snail. I mean, oh, are you? Oh my goodness, we're in sync. No snails, all mushrooms and little plants. Love me a mushroom cup. Yeah, it's meant to be. It was meant to be for me. I was like, oh, I should be an adult and get some pretty basic white mugs, and those are cool. But you know me, I'm oh. Oh, okay. The lighted window. I think I've heard of it before, but I can't place it right now in my mind. I'm totally the loner Scorpio Sun Leo rising with Uranus squaring my ascendant. Yeah, I'm like, don't bother me. And don't bother me before I drink my coffee. That was the other problem. In a family oriented, or we're like a family small company. Here they come. I'm like, I haven't set my bags down. I haven't put my lunch in the fridge, and I have not finished my coffee. Do not bother me until I have finished my coffee. They'll come in there too. Oh, they look. Oh, you probably haven't finished your coffee yet. I'll wait and sit in my cubicle. I'm like, no, no, no. You go outside of the cubicle and you wait out there, and then you come in when I say the coast is clear. I have to drink my coffee in peace. Like, what? Me too. I used to have a huge collection of cute mugs when I was in the States. So I don't have enough room to store them here. So I get a few select ones. Do you know the graffiti artist activist Banksy? I do. I like Banksy. There's a Banksy shop here with loads of great mugs with his art. I also have the Banksy Tarot. Oh, I wanted the Banksy Tarot. I do love Banksy. I follow like pages that celebrate Banksy. I love graffiti art. That's another thing about me. Um, yeah, it's not nuts. It's totally okay. Like we want our cutesy mugs. We ain't asking too much. It's the little things. So yes, okay, friends. Now, I normally will say our favorite combos, but I think we'll save that. I'm going to put that in a pinned comment for this replay for those who join us later, where I give suggested card combos to play with. We've kind of discussed some things here. Um, I don't want to tie up too much of our time today. Like, for example, the Hierophant with the Ten of Cups. What could that mean? The Hierophant with the Knight of Pentacles. What could that mean? The Hierophant with the Moon. And what about the reverse Hierophant with the Ace of Wands? So play around with combos. Combos are a great way to reconnect with tarot if you have like your practice has fallen off for a while, or if you're new to tarot and you're like you're ready to graduate from one card pulls, and you're tired of always doing like, okay, I'm going to do a 3-card spread. Play around with combos. Combos are a great way to find your voice in readings, your unique reading style. There's no right or wrong answer as long as you have the basic understanding of the card meanings, and you have, let's say, a context of a question, like what would the Hierophant, the reverse Hierophant with the Ace of Wands mean in a career setting? What would it mean in a love reading? Play around with it. It's a great exercise. Easy peasy. You only need one deck to work with. Just a suggestion. Just a mere suggestion. I remember an old co-worker accidentally used my mug. I used to have in my work life, I used to make sure I had a mug with it. Oh, that's Kim's. Do not let me catch you wrapping your lips around my mug. It didn't know how to ask for it back. Aw, it said Morning Bonita, and he was an older man. What is wrong with him? He knows darn well that, and some people are like that. They're like, well, it's in the sink. We had like, a communal sink or whatever, and you're maybe soaking your cup or whatever in the sink. That's not your mug. That's not the office mugs. That's that, that. But it was for me an unspoken thing. Do not let me catch you with my mug. It would be a problem. I am a Sun Aquarius, Aries rising, Sagittarius moon. It would be a problem. Don't do it. Just don't do it. Yeah, right? Exactly. I would totally do that. I'm with you, Bev. For real, for real. Although mine wouldn't be a very nice one. Buena dia, bonita. Let's see. Can we do an eclipse question? How do eclipses affect humanity? Okay. Why not? Why not? Starbucks once gave me a coffee mug with someone's lipstick still on it. I wasn't impressed. Like, okay, come on now, Starbucks. uh, it's like, yeah, it's in the sink. Then wash it and give it back to me, right? It's like, that's not an invitation for you. Yeah, sometimes it'd be nice when you have the really nice, kind people in the office and they're like, oh, they wash and they put it off on a little rack to the side or whatever. You're like, oh, so sweet. I'm going to pay it for it and do that for somebody else. But you going to get the cup and then use it for yourself. Weird. Yeah. Don't bother me in the mornings before. Even my managers knew this. Don't bother me. They were like, oh, I'll come back in 10 minutes. I see you still working on. Yes. And do not bother me about my coffee mugs. Don't do it. Don't do it. Just don't. I'm serious about my coffee intake. Yeah, I'm very territorial. It's my whole life. It's not cute. I know it's not cute, but it's real. Come on. I don't have much. Leave my stuff alone. Yes, we are a mess. Yeah, that's gross. Come on. Like, you're going to leave the lips. Ooh, I wouldn't be impressed. Yes, you certainly can get a belated birthday reading. I'm not a morning person at all. I was also born 1 minute before midnight. Maybe that's why. I was born at 9:10 in the morning, and you would think I'd be over. That's about the time I'm probably, when I was working, getting warmed up and ready to go. It's like 9-ish. I used to hate working the early morning shift. I am a night owl by nature. I love being up late at night. And I always have, even as a kid. My parents just stopped trying to make me have a bedtime because I was just going to be sitting up there looking around. But I'm not really an early morning person. So it takes all of me, coffee, meditation, good music, affirmations to get myself in a place to be amongst the working people who are morning people. And we got to say happy belated birthday. You are a Leo sun. Did you do anything fun? Did you do anything fun for your birthday? I hope you did. And with that being said, since it's your birthday reading, you get to go first. You get to go first, and then we'll switcheroo to our other readings. We shall. All right. So, and I was going to show you some of my Hierophants. We have here the Light Seers Tarot. This is what reminds me of Ascension. And in the mass market, she labeled it the mass market edition, the Hierophant, but I forgot what she changed it to. Was it the Wise One in the indie edition? This is from the Inner Voice Tarot. I mentor others by sharing spiritual tools I've learned. Here is the Tazima African Tarot, and I was like, I need to get back to using this one. It's so good. Here's the Hierophant. Very traditional. Here's Super Lenoris. Got your two peeps here. Interesting. Okay, I think, is that it? I think that's it. I thought I had another one. That's okay. Let's get into it. put these off to the side. Let's get into some readings, shall we? I'm shuffling as I read your comments. When I used to do a 7 a.m. shift at work, I was on autopilot zombie until at least midday. Exactly. You and I have that in common. And it used to bug me. I worked in an office environment for all of my adult life. And it would bug my soul when people would be like, okay, we're going to have an 8:30 in the morning, hour-long meeting. I'm like, I'm not firing all on pistons at that time. Like, what? Why can't you have the meeting at 10, right before lunch? I'm like, why can't you do that? When I had to schedule meetings, I always was very thoughtful about the meeting times for everybody. See, that was my problem. I want to go ahead and have it at 8:30. I'm like, well, good luck. I'll see if I'm there. I didn't used to be a morning person until I had kids. Now I'm a morning person and a night out. There's that is a real thing, right? I have to rotate my sleep schedule. Exactly. We've been luxuriating with my daughter being out of school for the summer and keeping late, all of us, including her, keeping late hours. Like we talking 2, 3. I stayed up the other night till 4, but that was because I was kind of like, I couldn't sleep once I heard about my aunt. So there's that. But normally I'm up at like 2. Okay, so you went out for lunch with family the day after since most restaurants are closed on Mondays. Yeah. A lot of restaurants out here are closed on Mondays too. Yes. So I'm happy. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, so we've got a love-hate thing for the Hierophant from the Light Seers. I do love the Light Seers Hierophant. He makes the card very relatable. That's true. But then Beth says, I hate that Light Seers Hierophant. The guy just looks like some high dude that takes your seat at a concert. I guess I'm more triggered by him than a poem. Oh my God. That's hella funny. If you know, you know. Okay, we're going to do our friend Donna's birthday reading, and then I'm going to get to our other questions. I like coming in early before people or customers. So peaceful. I love it. And I love staying after. Like if I work with the public, I love being the closing shift. I just love that. I need me time at work. Ooh, oh, yum. I love Tex-Mex. And had an AC, which is not coming here. Oof. The birthday gods were blessing you. The birthday gods and goddesses. I love Tex-Mex. Okay, friend. Let's do your birthday reading. Let's see what comes up. Birthday message for our friend Donna Riedler. Let me get your question here. Since it's your birthday, you get to jump to the front of the line. Rules of the house. Let's see. Aw, 4 of Wands. Okay, I want. That's so funny. One more, please, Spirit. You all are cracking me up today. Okay. 3 of Wands. And I shuffled this deck really good. 9 of Cups. So those are your cards, your tarot cards. Want an affirmative message, please, Spirit, for Donna's birthday. Let's see. You know, I gotta work on my spirit animal wisdom deck. All right. I'm gonna give you a lovely birthday reading. All right, let's do it. So we have here the Four of Wands, Three of Wands, and the Nine of Cups. So as you make this cycle around the sun, this is a time of celebration, right? Obviously, your birthday is cause for celebration, but there's something more here. This is about something you're going, like a graduation or an initiation. The reason I say that is because literally one of the cards we got here, it says Otter, initiations. Be open through this transitional time. So Spirit is like, the good works that you have done, you've studied, you worked at, it's paying off, and there's much to be celebrated, and all that you've accomplished. What's interesting to me, though, and I know you live abroad, Three of Wands, it could be about looking back. She's casting her sights across the sea, and she's looking back, and maybe fondly, maybe there's some bits of wanting to plan trips or travel in the near future. This could be about expansion. If you are in a place or space where you are about to graduate or about to level up, there could be a time where maybe you travel, or you plan to travel, or you plan to do something different. Even if you're just traveling within the same country you're in, there's just this call for it as part of the celebration. Wish come true, Nine of Cups, fulfillment, you getting something that you've wanted, you feeling a sense of living on purpose and fulfillment, and it feels really good. These oracle cards we got was secrets and glow up. Maybe, and so when I think of secrets, sure, it could be like, oh, I gotta tell you a secret. But I feel like it's more to do with you're unlocking the secrets. I don't know if it's like with spirituality or something, but your life is about to glow up this next cycle, this birthday cycle, from this birthday year to next birthday year. There's a glow up happening. Look at this. Look at the little person right here. This is not your traditional secrets card. There's like little people inside like they're living in an apartment complex inside the candle. Like you hold the secrets. Your affirmative prayer, I perceive a new possibility and make it a reality. Is this the Ace of Spirit, traditionally the Ace of Wands? This is you living life like out, fully illuminated. I perceive a new possibility and make it a reality. And I can't wait to dive into the Otter card. Initiations, like you're going through an initiation process. What is that about? Otter. You know, I love the guidebook. If you've been following me and these readings that I like to do with us together, you know I love this book, this deck, and especially this guidebook, 68. Let's see what it says. Element is water. Be open through this transitional time. The otter is deeply connected to the water and is thought of as a symbol of life. Water is a feminine, life-giving force, just as the otter is a symbol of creativity. Together, they represent fluidity and transition. If you feel stressed or down, ask the otter to bring her energy to you. Otters are high vibrational and curious beings. They are fearless and can be called on for extra courage when you most need it. The otter is associated with initiations and transitions and marks big changes in life, new birth, new cycles of life, or saying goodbye to a loved one. Summon the otter and let her guide you through it. Crystal companions, that's why I like this book, youngite, flint, petrified wood. I have petrified wood somewhere around here. And self-healed quartz. Big changes. That's why it was like when I saw this card, it's like looking back. Maybe it harkens to what I've been thinking about in my expat life. Seasons, transitions, new beginnings, endings, and new beginnings. But you, my dear, I hope you have a wonderful birthday month, a birthday season. I consider us allowed to celebrate the entire 30 days. So I hope this message blesses you. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Let's see what's happening, friends. Yes, yes. The Shadows We Cast Tarot Hierophant is pretty epic. I got to check it out. That's on my wish list, that deck. The Shadows We Cast Tarot. It's on my short wish list. I have a master wish list of decks, and I have a short wish list, and that's on my short one. Tarot Chimera's Hierophant is also quite nice, sweet, and intimate. Yes, you can. Thank you for subscribing, Cinderella. Sure, you will go into the line of questions. What's coming towards you? Yes, we have a few questions ahead, but you are on the list. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. Okay, welcome. Crack amethyst. Oh, I love the Spacious Tarot. Oh, I like that. I like the idea of the storytellers. I've been really, my grandmother was an epic storyteller, my maternal grandmother, fireside ghost story kind of storytellers. And I've been really thinking about that archetype and how I want to step into that. Like, I just feel this call to be, a storyteller. Otters are hella cute. They are. This is an amazing message, Kim. Exactly what I needed to hear. I'm taking a series of exams at the end of this year related to my residency and will secure my legal status in Europe. Blessed be. Oh my gosh. This is speaking to that. This is speaking to it. What a beautiful cycle of ending and a beginning. And in the on point 3 of Wands here with that. And a wish fulfilled. Oh, I forgot. I have this Hierophant, the Infinite Door. That's the 5th one. I was like, I know I have 5 cards. It's this one. Isn't it dramatic? I love the Infinite Door. He does look menacing. I love otters. They do. Oh, good. Your petrified wood is a great, I can't call it a crystal, but piece of earth element to really help you along this journey. I wish you so much success. I feel like you've got it. This is so exciting. Yes. Ooh, yay, you joined the club. I have large selenite. That's what the airport TSA thought it was, some kind of explosive. You're welcome, friend. No problem. I definitely want to plan a visit to my family next year after I have hopefully passed my exams. Exactly. And that makes so much sense. Wow. Wow, I love this reading for you. Huh. I know I want to go back and visit family. I don't want it to get too far down the road where I haven't visited them. Like I'm planning to go every other year at the minimum. Ideally, it'd be nice to go every year, but that's not always practical. We'll see. We'll see what the future holds. Yes, TSA. When I traveled with this crystal to move abroad, and I had all my crystals like a silly person in my carry-on, and they took me to the side, and they were like, "We need to come over here," and then they then they started digging through, and then they started laughing, and they showed me what it looks like on their screen, and it did look like I had a bunch of explosive and weird things in my bag, but I didn't. It was crystals. So the TSA workers were so tickled. It was such a cool little cute moment during the pandemic. So it was a little. It was a time. I was like, I'm so silly. They were like crystals. Oh, I've been so stressed about the exam process. I can't wait until it's finished. Thank you again so much for the message. You're welcome. Happy birthday. Happy birthday, friend. Wishing you much success. All right. Let's move on to our questions. The questions portion of the show. Let's see how many I can get through. Mm-mm. All right. So I'm going to try to get through these, but in a sprint, if you will. In a sprint. So, Adam asks, I always get the feeling that after a recent that a recent passed on spirit had 3 month limbo period where they stick around with us before moving on. Could you ask the tarot if this is true? All right, let's just do a quick check. This is true. Okay. I don't know about time because time is a human construct, right? But is there this liminal period where they're kind of like amongst still the earthly realm and the heavenly realm, for lack of a better term? I got 3 yes cards. We have the Emperor, Page of Pentacles, Page of Cups. Especially with that Page of Pentacles energy, it would say, yeah, there's some sense of them kind of being amongst us in the earthly realm, so to speak, to answer yes to your question. Um, as they make their full transition, the consciousness transition, they linger around in the earthly realm, but show up in our intuition and in our hearts and visions and dreams. So yeah, that's what I would say. What do you say? What do you say to that question, y'all? My cartomancers, my fellow cartomancers, what do you think? Uh-oh, I meant to. Hold on. Did I do that right? Okay. Let's ask this. Can we do an eclipse question? How do eclipses affect humanity? And are they negative or positive? Do a similar 3-card spread. And are they positive or negative? Well, 4 cards jumped. How do eclipses affect humanity? Eclipses can kind of be like a force to kind of gather us together, and so to speak, with this Queen of Swords. It almost even looks like an eclipse. It's about big transformations. And in transformation, sometimes you can feel like you're losing your footing and you're all caught up in that. But when you're going through an eclipse period, the Queen of Swords is about this sense of order and gathering us together. You see those butterflies, the transition, but look at that. Doesn't that look like above her head, like there's an eclipse happening? I think that's interesting. And then again, you know, some of us may be facing crossroads, and then we are receiving information at which to guide us through individually and collectively. It reveals deep-seated patterns at the individual and collective level. It does have an effect on us. That's why a lot of humans, since the beginning of time, probably have always been fascinated about eclipses, not just because it's a cool thing to look at, but because there's this transformation that happens. Knight of Pentacles, a grounding in a order, bringing about order to us. And that's the best I can describe it as, with this limited amount of space and time. And yeah, let's see what the Oracle has to say. Look at that. Golden Unicorn. Ascension. Awaken to your soul's potential. I was becoming a business analyst. I was interviewing for my first analyst position. And the big eclipse, I think it was a total eclipse of 2017, year 2017. And in the middle of the interview, the interviewers, there was 3 of them, the managers, they were acting antsy, and they were looking at their phone and stuff. They were like, and finally they were like, do you mind if we just pause your interview for a moment? I'm all in my suit and all ready and got my resume, my little spiel ready. And they're like, do you mind if we go outside? Everybody's outside and wanting to look at the eclipse. I'm like, okay, why not? I hope this means I get the job. I think I kind of joke like that. I quipped like, I hope I get the job, man. You interrupted my interview for the eclipse. And we went outside and I did get the job. So it was good. Awaken to your soul's potential. So I don't know, yo. That's an interesting card to get. The Golden Unicorn. Page 30. I have to call it out so I remember. Air and fire. Listen to this. It says the Golden Unicorn is a higher frequency being that comes to our earthly dimensions to help us. They share a close link to Venus and enable you to remember through your heart who you are. The Golden Unicorn wishes to connect you to all existences. All that exists, right? Existences. I never used it plural. All timelines and all levels of your being. They come from the source with the mission to help you rise and remember. The great remembering. It's the eclipse. Invoke the Golden Unicorn to come and envelop you in its golden ascension rays. Visualize golden rays of light coming down from the cosmos onto your head, through your crown in a column that reaches down to your heart space, giving it a full golden glow. Breathe in its magic and call the unicorns to you. Crystal companions is Himalayan quartz, angel aura quartz. I have some of that somewhere around here. And golden danbarite. So I hope that answers your question, Adam. It's an interesting question. Okay, we're moving along. Moving right along. Got 3 more questions here. And since Aditi is sleeping, Aditi, it might be easier. I might even timestamp yours. I'm feeling happy spirits today, so I might timestamp it and have your reading be the last. since you're in dreamland. Let me scroll down the chat. I remember a crystal fell out of my shirt at a job. It was Peruvian opalite or something. I was mortified. We have to keep our crystals close and in our bra. They should understand that. Pages sound like they stick around for a very short period of time. That's right, Adam. I agree. I still have the reading here. And it's like new beginnings, right? So a renewal of sorts of coming back to self, but it is a brief. Pages are brief energy to me as well. The Emperor may be that they want to protect us before they move on. And yeah, and help us, give us maybe that sign that they're okay. This week, myself, my mom, I'm sure my uncle, we believe in those things. And so we receive signs that Lady Jerry, my aunt, she's okay. She's good. I've done these types of readings for people, and it might be like maybe a month or two post death, and we get messages like this. So for me, I believe it, but it's just me. Queen of Swords, Two of Wands, Devil, Knight of Pentacles coming together to do shadow work we've been avoiding from the past, finding some discipline back. Exactly. And the eclipse is like the perfect occasion to do that work, that transformational work. Total eclipse of the heart. Hey. Thanks, Star Queen Kim, being on as always. I love doing these. I love your questions you always ask because they're always so good. And I get to just be like, okay, let's just see. Let's just see what comes up. Powerful oracle card, right? To get for an eclipse. A golden unicorn, it seems to point to finding our souls. You just got to love cards, right? Like, can't make this up. Solar eclipses are also new moons, a time for setting intentions, making plans, mining the depths of our subconscious, and then carrying out the deliberate actions we need to take. Boom. Boom. Right there. Yep. We're in synchronicity. 111. Oh, I love doing these with you all so much. I love it, love it, love it. Cinderella, we're going to go to you next. It's coming towards you. What deck do I want to use? Use the Curious Travels. Love this deck. Love it. I bet I then got back into working with my Super Lunaris. Y'all know that's my jam. I'll probably bust it out again before we wrap up for today. Or maybe I might use the Luminous Tarot. I don't know. We shall see. What's coming next? Can you ask what's coming towards you? Let's see, shall we? What is coming? These little round decks are challenging. My hands, it's so humid here. The shuffle is like, oh my goodness. Kind of hard. stop there. Who's coming? All right. So let's see what's coming. Let's see what's coming towards you. All right. So we've got the Two of Cups and Judgment. And then we have Judgment. And what this is telling me, just with the tarot, before we get into the oracle cards, is that yes, in terms of interpersonal relationships, if you are in a relationship, some tenderness is coming, some discernment about how you move in that relationship, whether it's a close friendship, whether it's a romantic relationship, or a familial relationship. There's this sense, a need of healing that's happening. If you are seeking love, or open to receiving love, this is a time between now and the judgment period. Judgment representing October 21st to November 20th, of you aligning, doing the evaluation work, the analysis of what it is you want and need to bring forth into your close, intimate sphere, your bubble, is happening, and love is coming. Some kind of love, some kind of healing of the heart is happening here. So that's what I've got here. The reason I say that is because we've got the healer card and responsibility. Now, when I pulled from my career and life oracle, because I'm like, okay, well, maybe this is not just speaking about your romantic life or your family or friend life. But then I got some interesting cards from even just the career and money, or it's not a money, it's career and life oracle. It says magic. You have the power now. Use your magic to attract what you want into your life. The sky is the limit. This is a golden time to attract in who and what you want. But it's like getting very clear about that, evaluating where you're sitting at in your whatever key area that you've been really focusing on and wanting a shift to happen, and writing down, grounding what it is that you want onto paper, pen to paper, about this is how I want to feel each day in my career. These are my short-term goals. This is the kind of feelings I want to feel in my love life. This is what I want to be able to do, in my general life. I want to be able to do this and get very concrete, because this is a very auspicious time for manifestation for you to manifest that which you want. Love could be very well coming when you get the Two of Cups. The Judgment card is about an awakening to that which you love, who you love. Then we have here saving face. Again, discernment. Spirit keeps coming through with a word of guidance about you having to sometimes choose to bite your tongue for the sake of peace, saving face, make nice as you navigate a particular situation, and to be cognizant of that. And then I got whale, tenderness. Remember I used the word tenderness earlier? It's inspired by this card, whale. So, can I turn there? Yes, I turn right to it without looking at the table of contents. Show compassion and forgive what needs to be forgiven. Remember, we were talking about healing. A healing of the heart is happening, right? The whale comes with a joint message of tenderness and protection. She has great affection for you and your life journey. She wishes for you to work together with others to send healing energy to the waters. Oh, maybe you're being called to be a healer. Send your light to the oceans and rivers, for they need you now. The well holds us all in so much love, even as we mindlessly pollute her waters. She shows us mercy and compassion and trust that we will learn and grow. We can learn from her tenderness and forgiveness. Yeah, it's true. Hold close those you love, whose energy lifts you up, and clear the way for new energies aligned with your own. Cut cords with those you are feeling are draining you. Imagine what Imagine them in front of you attached by a cord. Take some golden scissors and cut the cord in pieces that you then sweep onto a transmuting purple flame bonfire. State clearly that this is your space and draw an energetic circle around yourself on the ground. Crystal companions, ocean jasper, or I'll show you a smaller piece of selenite. Selenite, or as Adam and I, we got our big selenite wands. But yeah, and this goes with this little circle one card that I got, wedge. Someone is trying to come between you and a friend or something you want. So discernment, saving face comes to mind with that. Protect that which you are building and growing. So that's what I have for you, my dear. Thank you. Thank you so much. So Cinderella, love your name. Love, love, love your name. Let's see what we've got here. You have the newer superlunar. Yes, I do. I have the second Empress. I do. I still have the busted first edition, and I'm staring at it now, where I told you all it was smelling weird and the cards are all bent up and I can barely shuffle it. Let me see if I can find her. Thanks, Vibrant Lise, for being here. I appreciate you being here today with me. I hope all is well with you, friend. We're deck collectors, not debt like a debt, but deck collectors over here. So sometimes we have to show cards. Hope you all don't mind. Let me do this real fast and show Adam. Of course, it's going to be like the last card. There's the Empress. There she is. There she is. Okay. There she is. Hi, Be Bold Tarot. Love your name. Welcome. Welcome to Abundant Life Tarot. Glad you're here. Yeah. Don't be too hard on yourself, friend. Be tender to yourself. Give yourself grace. Know that what you are building is being built by you. It's happening. And sometimes we will see a lot of evidence of like why something isn't being built because it's not happening in our timing, our desired timing, but it's happening. So yes, give yourself tenderness. Yes. Let's see. I think we have time. We have a little time here. I will try to get to your question. We just have a couple of folks ahead of yours. My fave crystals are cornelian, selenite, amethyst, sunstone, and black moonstone. I love those two. Beth says, my faves are black, peach, and green moonstone. Yes, love moonstone. Citrine, lepidolite. I love lepidolite. There was a time I just was on a kick, always buying it. And green opal. She is a special empress. I love her too. I'm happy you're here. I'm happy you're here. Okay, so we are moving right along. So be bold. I have one ahead of you. We're going to get to Kasia. And then that'll be it for today because I have a few client readings that I can't put off because I'm supposed to go for a beach walk. I've been really, if you follow me on Instagram, I've been slowly trying to get back up on there. And I've been taking little beach walks and doing snippets of pictures and audio of the ocean and putting them on my Instagram. I'm trying to do daily walks to get back into fitness. That's what I'm trying to do. Where did I put so many decks? I have so many decks on the table. Let's get back to the Super Lenormand Tarot. As we ask for our friend, Kasia. So I got to do these 3 client readings. They're quick. They're not long readings. But then I got to jam before I get to my evening walk because then the mosquitoes come out and then I'm getting get up. So, yeah, skeeters. Could I get any guidance message from the universe for upcoming near future? What I have to be prepared for? Oh, I like that question. What do I have to be prepared for? What do you have to be prepared for? Let's see. Okay. I've been enjoying. Where is it? Right in front of my face. There's so many decks on the table, from the Hierophant discussion to all the decks I wanted to use today for our readings. Okay. Got it. All right. So, again, we're talking about pages. We've got the Page of Cups, High Priestess, and the Ace of Swords. Wow. So, new beginnings. Sometimes with the Ace of Swords, it could be like you got to have a new thought about an old something that's happening, or a new action step, or a new conflict to resolve. Conflict doesn't always mean like, it could be, it's not, conflict may be too strong of a word, but it could be something that you have to troubleshoot, you have to figure out, and you have to bring new thought, new energy, new ideas to an existing something that's going on. And listening to your intuition during this new time of renewal in your life. There's a renewal happening, a new beginning that's happening, that's been unfolding during the season of summer. I believe you're in the Northern Hemisphere, right? And so the High Priestess is like your intuition. You are tapped in. Spirit is in lockstep with you as you navigate what is coming. So let's talk a little bit more about that. So we have here ups and downs. It says your work has potential for both advancement and stagnation. See if there's hope, but allow yourself to move on if needed. Now, if this is talking about a job, great. Ups and downs could be like in your general life. Ups and downs with income and finances, ups and downs with a particular situation at work. There's ups and downs. There's some weeks you feel on point, you feel good. Other weeks you're like, I just want to quit this job. Spirit is like, it's time to do an inventory of your situation. And similar to what I was just saying in the prior reading, do an assessment of, I don't want to call it pros and cons, but basically assessing, listening to your heart. Like, have I done all I can do? Is there more here? Is it worth staying? Is it worth going and exploring that? We have here And your intuition is going to guide you. This is you're approaching whatever this situation is with heart and emotion, but also with mind. A balance. Panda has the keyword balance. Following your heart, but being logical in how you do that. And spirit is like, I am going to plant the ideas. Meditate each day, or convene with me each day. Take a little quick brisk walk. Convene with me. I will speak to you. I will guide you. We are in lockstep together as you navigate this new beginning in your life. We have here timing. It's all in the timing right now. Okay. It says pull another card to see if you need to do it now, wait a while, or make a different decision. But I think this is speaking just to what I was talking about. There's something in your life where you're wrestling with timing. And I don't know if I need to necessarily pull another card. It's saying here, you probably already know, you probably wrestled with this, and deep down inside, the answer is already there, stirring around. And the Ace of Swords represents the timing of 1 month. So it could be within a month's time, you're headed to that new beginning. Panda, balance. Ask how to bring balance to the situation and into your heart. Isn't this interesting? Let me tell you why this is so interesting in a moment. Hold on. I don't have my readers. Panda, where are you? It's like when sometimes I just wanted to stand right out. 61. Okay. Air and earth. That's why it's interesting to me. Ask how to bring balance to the situation and into your heart. The panda brings divine love and balance to your heart, and working with her nurturing energy will create a deeper sense of contentment, happiness, and joy. She comes to you to help you unify the masculine and feminine energies within you, to unite them and seat them in your soul. Being deeply linked to the planet Venus, the cosmic heart of our galaxy, she brings unconditional love to you. You may be going through a hard time, and she is the heart medicine you need. You might just need a gentle reminder to focus on your heart some more. That could be why we got the High Priestess. And before that, the Page of Cups, which is all about that heart healing energy, self-heart healing energy. You have pulled this card to remind you that you are loved. It is important to work on your emotional body to release through the heart. Find some time to sit with rose quartz and ask that the panda bring her energy to surround your heart and support your release. Okay, crystal companions, pink moonstone, rose quartz, or pink calcite. Okay. Some changes are coming. New beginnings are happening in a key area of your life. Thank you for allowing me to do that reading for you. Thank you. Thank you. I love reading for you. You're welcome. You're next. Thanks, Beth. Oh, yes. The hashtag tiny bit jealous. I know I've been so bad about all these years not really maximizing on exploring the beaches here. And I said this summer, I'm like, nope, I got to do it. I need to exercise anyway. And I need to explore and take take advantage of what's close by. I only live like not even 2 miles away from the beach. So I need to get myself over there. Thanks for being here. Oh, thank you. I shall. I'm going to. Even if it rains, like it's no rain now, but I've made up my mind. Even if it rains, I'm still taking myself out there to walk. Oh, a Barcelona beach. Okay. I love walking along the beach at night with less people. Yeah, I do too. Ideally. The only ah. Oh, you're in Texas. One of my best friends is in Texas. Yeah. Y'all had a scorching summer. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard in the summer to incorporate it. It's almost like you have to suspend walking outdoors. I guess you can work out at the gym. Yay. Glad you're here. I killed the mosquito the other day on the wall, and the blood stain that came out on the wall was like a mercy. Sorry, they do that out here. They have a little truck with lots of like announcements. I've done that, leaving a little DNA evidence on your wall. Oh, I know. They have bats out here too. We have bats. I think we have bats in California that would every now and then flutter about. And out here too at night. I'm like, is that a bird or is it a bat? And I'm like, I think it's a bat. Yeah. Oh, not a fan. They scare me a little bit. Slicing through Ace of Swords, slicing through needed and identifying what's most important in your life. Yep, and cutting away, cutting through the bullshit to get to the meat and potatoes. That's right. I get it. I have a fear of things that fly at me. I know, bees. Oh my God, I didn't tell you all. We were riding on the moto. Maybe I did tell you. We were riding on the moto. They call them motos out here, the little motorbike. And um, a wasp came and it's the thing stuck me right in the lip. And so this whole side of my mouth was like swollen. And I was like, oh, this is what it's like to get injection. I don't need injections. I'm like, oh, not here. I'm like, oh, this is what it must feel like to get like, the fillers and stuff like that. My lips were all huge. It's like, and it hurt. It stung. It stung. Ace of Swords also already has the answers. Questioning, acting on it now. It's question of acting on it now. Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. This is why I love doing these collective collaborative readings, because we have readers amongst us who are able to offer such beautiful insights to really flesh out the reading for us, right? You're welcome. Things are unfolding beautifully. It could just be probably when you go through new beginnings, it could be a little unsettling. You could feel alone. You could feel like, am I making the right moves? The spirit is like, you are, and you're not alone in this necessary transition. Yeah, lips are so sensitive. I was like, I tried to take it like a champ, but I was like, oh, I didn't even want to look in the mirror because I could feel how swollen they got. And I was like, I didn't want to look. And then finally I looked. I was like, oh, I look like the ladies that are like on the Real Housewives, the reality show. I was like, oh, I don't even know why people want ginormo lips like that. It's crazy. Yeah, it was not. But the swelling went down like in a couple of days at most. And then I just iced it immediately. So it wasn't the end of the world. And I didn't have an allergic reaction or anything like that. So, yeah. Yeah. It was just one. And the stinger, I had kind of did like this. So it didn't really get all the way in there. I'd imagine if it was multiple stings, it could be really bad. Yeah. I hope your friend ended up being okay. I really do. I really do. Because that could be very scary, especially if you are like, if someone, I forgot what you call it. Like when you get bee stings and you definitely need to either have that, what you call that little pin. You need that with you, or you need to get to the hospital ASAP. I'm not allergic like that to bees or like stings. I was stung by a couple of wasps when I was a little girl in Mississippi. When I used to visit my grandparents for the summer. And yeah, not pleasant. Certainly not pleasant on the face. And I definitely wasn't going to do a live stream with y'all with my half swollen mouth. Like, no, absolutely not. What do you need to know right now? Be bold, Tarot. Love your name. Love, love, love. Get my decks ready. Get the decks ready. second. Call to work with this tarot deck too. Yeah, that would have been a mess. Y'all would have. Yeah, maybe if you didn't know me, you probably may not notice much of a difference with my enlarged mouth. But if you've seen my channel for a number of years, you'd be like, oh my God. Okay. People Tarot, what do you need to know right now? They be trying my patience, y'all, with the motives and stuff like that. Ooh, I love that. Okay. Okay. This is an interesting one. All right. So let's get into this reading for people Tarot. We've got the Five of Swords. And I did shuffle this deck really good. I always say that whenever I get cards that are like right next to each other. So people be like, well, why is that? Just as what it is. We got the Four of Swords. Taking a step back, a need to retreat from maybe inner or external conflict. We have here 10 of Wands. It feels like you're building something here, a legacy of something. And to keep your eye on the bigger picture. That's what I get with the 10 of Pentacles. I'll talk a little bit more about these swords in a moment. But the bigger picture here is you have been working on something, growing something. And Spirit is like, keep your eye on the prize, keep going. You are going to reap the rewards of which you have been pouring into. So whatever these other things going on is like temporary and not even almost worthy of a lot of mind space. So here I pull from the Inner Voice Tarot. We have here, I create harmony in my life and in the world. This is the Four of Spirit or Four of Wands. Key words up here is ceremony and celebration. Ceremony and celebration. I create harmony in my life and in the world. So whatever it is that you are building, this is something that is necessary for your expansion and for the expansion of others. Okay, now wanted to circle back to words. So we have Five of Swords sitting over the rock bottom card. Okay, either someone near you is going through a rock bottom moment, and you know how, like, I don't want to say crabs in the bucket, not like so much like that. It's not really that, but you know, like when somebody is drowning, they're clamoring for and trying to hold on to whomever, and that could be you. You know, hold on to you, and then in turn, you could bring down the person who could save you. You could drown them too. And so Spirit is like, you know, to know when to retreat, to know when to pull back, to know when to back off, to protect your energy, to know when this is not a win-win situation, and that it's just best to what? Retreat. It's best to call back in your mental well-being, to your mental peace of mind when you get the Four of Swords. And so one of the oracle cards we also got was anxiety. Taking on that of other people's anxieties can be challenging. So you have to be the one to say no more. Good news is that Ten of Pentacles that was sitting here, it's good news. There's something beautiful being cultivated. And sometimes challenges will come up. People will tax you. People will want to put their stuff onto you. And this is the time where you do what? You step into your power. You have or are doing that already. The Frog card reads, stepping into your power. Don't take a backseat in your story. It's time to step up. Time to step up. Frog. I just love this little guy, but probably because of the, I love crystals. So it's probably because I love to see what crystal companions card, like the crystal companions that they recommend, but also because I like what it has to say. Frog. Where are you, Frog? Page 70. It's like the last card. Water and air elements. The frog appears to those coming into their power. That's you. Symbolizing the awakening creative energies within you. It's a truly transformational time for you, and there are many opportunities in this transition. That's the good news, and that's that 10 of Pentacles, right? The frog helps you swim. Interesting. Swim through life's changes. His close connection to water will assist you in purifying and cleansing. He can help you release any emotional baggage. He reminds you to make choices based on what's right for you. That's what I was trying to articulate with the crabs in the bucket analogy, right? Helping you to maintain your personal integrity. Isn't that so interesting that I was trying to describe the drowning scenario where, like, when you're trying to rescue someone who's drowning. And the only reason why this analogy came up is because I was talking to my husband, who was a former lifeguard back when he was young. And they said one of the first things they teach you is how to separate yourself from a drowning person. And then you slowly come back to grab them. And so that they don't you both don't go down. So we literally talked about that yesterday. So that analogy has come up in my mind here. And then we have here the passage that says, the frog helps you swim through life's changes. The frog also heralds a prosperous time for you and those close to you. It is a time to enhance your intuition and focus yourself in order to strengthen your connection to the spirit world. A frog can survive in both water and on land. This shows us that it is possible to navigate between spiritual, emotional, and physical planes with ease. That's you. Crystal companions, rainforest jasper and mica, M-I-C-A. I don't have neither one of those stones. Otherwise, I show you. But rainforest jasper and mica, M-I-C-A. And so it is. So it is. Let's see. Oh, I bet. Right? When you see someone who's gone through multiple like wasp or bee stings, it's like, oh, you poor baby. You just be like, oh, it just expands, right? I just had a tiny little sting and it just like, whoop. It's crazy looking. Until like the next day it kind of went down and then all of my lips kind of look all swollen. I'm like, oh, this is what they be after. Them big old lips. We should all be bold at least once a week. Absolutely. Be bold. Wear that expensive cologne or perfume. Feel yourself. Be bold. Step into your power without apology. Yes, we are burning old labels and distractions. Absolutely, we are. 5 and 4 of Swords, maybe not reacting to any drama around, with the 10 of Pentacles sticking with who and what you know, as that'll be what wins. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Eye on the prize, big picture. Legacy makers, not legacy takers. 10 of Pentacles is such a warm card. The dog's presence in it for me always wants to say, embrace your innocence with people you know. What's familiar? Absolutely. Yes. Looking for a new opportunity. Well, it looks like when we take this into the totality, let me pull from this deck real fast. A new opportunity is at hand. You having to walk away from something or just saying, I'm not investing any more energy or mental space on this situation. And over the course of the next few months, 4 to 5 months, as we move into end of autumn with the timing of the swords and the season of the swords and the season of autumn being attached to the pentacles, months being assigned to the swords, you are entering a place of empowerment, new connections. And I shuffle from the career and life oracle, and we got connections. It says build bridges between people, contact those who can help you. Your actions set you up for the next opportunity. This is trippy. This is trippy. This is what we're all talking about. The 10 of Pentacles is also quite a fortunate card, bringing in abundance, a lot of something to you, be it material things, people, or just general goodwill. Absolutely. Absolutely. You're welcome. Thank you for joining us over here today. This is so much fun. Thank you for subscribing and liking. I hope you join me for another Feel Good Friday. I am going to now, for our friend Aditi, to close out our time together. Every time I'm like, I'm just going to keep them for an hour, and then it ends up being like super long. Every time. But I want to honor my promise to Aditi. Thank you for subscribing, to those who've subscribed and liked the video and all the things. I try to keep these videos, these lives, a mixture of things. Now, some people would probably advise against it. Just do readings for the collective and then just talk about the tarot or deck collection or the key meanings in another video. But I'm like, this is my show. I want to talk about Hierophant today. So we're going to talk about the Hierophant and we're going to do some readings. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Maybe I will separate it at some point in the future, but I just really love starting out and grounding our time together with exploring the tarot. Next time it's going to be the Lovers. So y'all think about your favorite depictions of the Lovers cards, your favorite keywords. The Lovers is a popular tarot card, but it also, yet again, is one of those triggering ones for some of us who really struggle with that card. I think like the first 6 cards, or 7, really, in the tarot. Nah, because the Fool is usually one that people can really accept. So I'd say the first 6 cards could be a little challenging for folks. Be a little challenging. A DT, messages or guidance coming out for your highest good. Oh, getting a lot of cups, and I like that in our readings. I likes. I keep feeling like, I think it's sweat. Sorry, y'all. Okay. So pretty. And one more. A DT. I would be grateful for the spirit messages or guidance coming out for your highest good. Oh, it's because I'm like, why is it? Okay. Actually, I'm going to reshuffle that one because they're shuffled it upside down and it wasn't feeling right in my hand. Then for those of us who use jumpers, you know what I mean? Like if you shuffle it, like you can tell when it doesn't feel right. And it jumps. And then you look and you're like, oh, it's because some of the cards are upside down. Okay. All right, Aditi. So we have here the Page of Cups, more Page of Cups energy, and then 3 of Cups. And then I want to show you the cards. We have new outlook, Wusa, and signs. And on the signs card says risk, opportunity, and safety. So this is here, Spirit is saying this week, this coming week ahead is a time of celebratory energy, being with your little community if you have a community, but if not, just being in this energy of your emotional needs are paramount to your happiness. And so a lot of times we may forget in our hustle and bustle of our everyday life just how important it is to just stop for a moment and enjoy just the life that we've created. Enjoy the community we have around us. Enjoy the things that make us happy. And Spirit is like, revel in that. It's time to rest the spirit, so to speak, with just good high vibrational energy. Love the life that you have. Sometimes we have challenges, though. I'm not ignoring that we, don't have, we have challenges, but Spirit is like in this energy of really just being present in the moment and sitting with Spirit and being around people who feel good, or situations or places or spaces. Like me and the beach, we're one. I feel good. You gain a new outlook. You're able to breathe. You're able to calm down. You're able to receive messages and signs from the universe. The universe is, like I mentioned earlier before, walking with us lockstep. But sometimes the noise of life and everything, the distractions, is causing us to not be able to hear or discern what it is that's coming to us, or the signs that are all around us, guiding us, supporting us, cheering us on. And new beginnings we're having, transitional points we're having, we're being cheered on, but there's so much going on. So Spirit is like, for the next 3 to 11 days with the 3 of Cups and the Page of Cups, really just be present in the moment and find the good and sweetness in the moment. And I bet you will see signs from the universe. Maybe a little butterfly comes, and comes real close to you. Or maybe you see or feel something in your spirit like, okay, I am walking my purpose. I am in it. And this feels so good. And then we've got here Wheel of Fortune, change. That's the key word. It says, I am the creator of my life's path. The universe wants Aditi to know that and wants all of us to know that. I affirm this. Say it aloud right now. I am the creator of my life's path. And so it is. Then we have Ladybird. Maybe, and it's a ladybug here, but maybe that could be if there's ladybugs. We have ladybugs, but they don't out here in DR, but they don't have the little black spots on their backs. And some of them are black ladybugs. But maybe this is a sign from the universe. Look out for that. A little bit of luck for you. It says keyword is luck. All of your manifesting positive thoughts and visualizations have been heard. Oh, let's see what the crystals are. Page 52. Ladybirds symbolize luck. You may have been working on a project or have goals to achieve and generally been manifesting for the future. She comes to show you that all your hard work will come to fruition. More happiness is on the way. The ladybird is also a sign to slow down. That's what I was talking about. Woosah. Don't rush or try too hard. Stay true to your heart and do everything with honor. Crystal Companions is aventurine. Aventurine. I thought I have some aventurine. Citrine. I'm wearing a citrine ring. And jade. I hope that message finds you well, Aditi. Thank you so much for your support, for subscribing, for being here, for your question. And I hope this message finds you well when you wake up and you see it on replay. I'm currently in the partnership manager, so that makes sense. Use my connections. Absolutely. Use your connections. Isn't that a trip that literally, that's like it says, a connection. It's the keyword. You do what you want to on your channel. Thank you, Adam. That's how I roll. I just like, some days I feel like doing this. Sometimes I want to do that. Mix it all together. I've been loving, oh, ooh, I'm going to check that one out. It's so weird, jarring, out of the box. It's not an easy reader. I like some decks that aren't easy readers necessarily because it really gets you to thinking, like you said, outside of the box. And that really stretches you as a reader. I pulled out the Rosebud Tarot again the other day, such an underrated special deck. It feels like, okay, that's another one that's on my long list, my long wish list. Yeah. And hearing you both love it, I need to revisit it again. Because I haven't bought a tarot deck. I think, okay, this is the last one I added to my collection. I don't think I bought any. And before that, it was the Infinite Door, which was at the top of the year. I've been getting Oracle, but I haven't really gotten any tarot lately in months. That's quite a profound reading. Sounds like Aditi is searching for something new, trying to find oneself in the small details of life, listening to the inner voice. It's not noise, it's freedom. Oh, and isn't that on point with the name of this tarot deck, Inner Voice? Yeah. Well, friends, I done kept y'all here forever. Forever. Please like the video. Please subscribe if you haven't already done so. Join me for another Feel Good Friday. If you have a question, bring it forward. I do try to answer all the questions if I can. And then if not, then you'll catch me on another one, right? I'll be back. We'll be talking about the lovers, like I mentioned before. And then tomorrow I'll be on Scott's channel. So definitely join me over there. If you missed the opportunity to get a reading with me today, complimentary reading, head on over to Scott's Scorpio Sun Tarot. We'll be over there as well, doing readings most likely. And yeah. I want to thank you all so much for your support, for being here. And I really appreciate each and every one of you. It's always such a joy to get together with you all and talk card meetings, do readings together, and just feel good. Just feel good. Thank you, Adam. Thank you, Donna. Take care. See you all soon. Bye, friends.